Hey, what's up everyone? This is Ryan here, the Crypto Grinder, and today we'll be talking about the top altcoin picks for the 19th to the 25th of June. Now, I will be away next week, so there'll be no videos on the top altcoin picks. So this is probably the last video for the month for me. But bear in mind, I think the chat has been and the community has been growing. I'm really thankful for all the donations that I've received from all my predictions. Yes, my predictions are not a pump and dump prediction, because for the fact that I always pick anything that has a market cap of 500 million and above, it's very hard to manipulate. So if you are thinking this is a pump and dump group, you're new to the channel, you don't really know what my content is all about, it's usually majority of it is fundamentals. And of course, when we talk about this episode in particular, which is the top altcoin picks, usually is more technical, not too much on the fundamentals. So just so you know, I also talk a lot about investing strategies. So firstly, USD Tether has not been used to its fullest advantage. We would like to understand that Bitcoin is currently capped at around, or at least topish around, the 3,000 mark. It is clear for the past 7 days it does not want to pass that, due to the fact that there's the BIP 148 going to be released on August the 1st. So more often than not, altcoins that are at least 3 years and above are going to benefit from this flow. So where are these altcoins? Of course, they are in the top 5, top 10, and they're going to benefit from the fact that there's this uncertainty. And true enough, the people in my group have benefited, because I've been telling them along the way what to do. When should you actually move your profits out to USD Tether? When should you use USD Tether and come back into BTC or any of the altcoins that I've suggested? So far, so good. So this strategy, I'm very sure that a lot of other YouTubers who are out there wanting to learn this strategy, guys, it's a good strategy. So use it to your advantage. Now, Tether, of course, I don't use Tether to convert back to fiat. All right. Always use BTC and then go to your vendor to get it sold for your local fiat. All right. Tether is used as a tool, right, that will be left in the account so that you are able to capitalize on any dips or retracements. Now, let's go into the market capitalization of Bitcoin, of crypto. So it's now back to the 111.8 billion market cap once again. The 24-hour volumes have been very healthy. Okay, so you are gonna be seeing this drop of 25% and then climb back up over and over again throughout the course of probably until August. So I would say that it will be a little bit more aggressive in terms of the inflows after July. Mid-July onwards, I would see it more aggressive, because I think that's when all the hedge fund managers come back from their long holidays. The banks are starting to wake up again, and there'll be more price actions. So expect to have pretty much a rough ride over and over and over again, especially if your portfolio is not clean, in the sense that it's not built around solid altcoins or solid coins. All right, so let's get back into it. So the first thing I would like to say is that we are looking at ETC. So ETC, if you know, for the past few weeks, I would say that initially my call was at 62. Then I had to revise it to 680,000, and now I have revised the new Q price to 0.00729. Okay, so take note, because ETC is not a hype coin, that's for sure. Okay, it moves up very gradually. It takes a long time to consolidate. So if you're looking at ETC, what is the news on ETC? Firstly, there's going to be the launch of the Emerald wallet this week, or probably next week. Now, what's the big deal? We are going to have a wallet that you can download on your desktop. It's going to be easier for you to store ETC. Unlike for now, you can only use it, I think, on Jake's, MyEther wallet, and Ledger Nano S. So the accessibility to ETC has always been struggling after the hard fork. Now, with this Emerald wallet, the API integration for existing vendors who are having wallets or creating wallets, right? They are now gonna have an easier time integrating ETC onto their platform. So look out for that. You're probably gonna see the bigger brands, like for example, perhaps don't quote me. Let's say Exodus. They will be probably more open to have ETC on board already. Okay, and like for example, you're looking at the development tools that are going to, it's called the SDK platform, which is built on top of the Emerald project. You're going to have third-party developers have access to create dApps, ICOs, of course, on ETC. So we are going to see the next 3 to 6 months how the Emerald wallet is going to benefit the community. So until then, what my thoughts are, you're going to see a run-up in price, okay? And then from then, perhaps a small little dump, as always, okay? And then a consolidation until there's more action that happens in the Emerald or ETC space. So just take note, this is my Q price if you decide to pick up ETC. Now the next one will be LTC, right? LTC, as you know, the chat has benefited greatly. You're seeing that I've been talking about Ethereum, Litecoin for the longest time. So I've talked about Litecoin for the longest time. You know, always getting like teased about it. Aha, Litecoin is dead. Aha. So you know, let's see who has the last laugh now, right? So Litecoin has increased from literally from the doldrums when I made those quotes. Usually my Litecoin calls were always way below 0.011. Okay, so I was always pitching it, pitch, and finally the recent burst, I would say, can constitute to two things: BIP 148, as mentioned, because it has been stable. So now you're seeing Litecoin finally take off, and also for the fact that I think Bitstamp is going to list LTC. I don't find that is, I guess it's one of those things, listing it and then having accessibility. It's a big deal, guys, don't get me wrong. Bitstamp is huge, right? So now people can buy LTC directly, and who knows, perhaps maybe in the future trading platforms will allow LTC to altcoins, right? Because it is built on the Bitcoin technology. It's built on the Bitcoin blockchain. It's like a fork of Bitcoin, you know. So it's something to do with the fact that there's going to be a lot of fear going forward, especially until August. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you're going to see money flow from BTC to all the other altcoins that are perceived as you know, a form of safe haven for now, because nobody knows what is going to happen to the value of Bitcoin. Okay, so the Bitcoin maximalists will definitely hold steady, but people like you and me who have no attachment to, you know, the cryptocurrencies other than profit are having to make that decision, and majority are here just to make profit, guys. Try to understand that. The miners, of course, are heavily vested, so who knows, maybe some of the miners are taking a percentage of their Bitcoin and obviously buying up aggressively, because this is a one-day candle. For it to spike this much, like I said, it's not everyone can move the market this way. So who knows, right? Okay, so next, Ripple. Now Ripple is a play that I've been speaking over and over into the chat. You know, of course, people will say, this is a bank token. You know, 70% of it is owned by the banks. We shouldn't touch it. It is against the laws and the purity of the cryptoverse. Yes, I completely understand, but we're here to make money, guys. So Ripple has been consolidated for the longest time. There were a lot of people that bought, you know, anywhere from the high. Okay, so we're looking at maybe even 20,000 to 18,000, and of course maybe even 16,000. So now it's clearly consolidated sideways, which is what I always look for. Okay, the longer the consolidation, the potential for breakout is higher. Now, could it break down? Of course. If there's lack of development, failure to deliver on milestones, you always see things dip lower. And and if you pick up Ripple, the next support level is here, which is ridiculous. That's, yeah, I won't really cut loss or anything like that, but I would just hold, because currently now I've already accumulated my Ripples around 10,000 satoshis for the longest time, so I'm just waiting for it to happen, because once July hits, all the bank activity will start again, right? So Ripple, being related to the banking or fintech side, is going to benefit. Okay, so just wait for it. Here's your Q price. Now we're looking at Lumen. So Lumen is also going to release 16 billion. Okay, 16 billion lumens to Bitcoin holders from a timestamp of, I think, 26th of May, I think. Okay, I can't really recall, but for every amount of Bitcoin, there's going to be, go to the site, check out what how much lumens are going to be given for every Bitcoin that you own. Okay, so this is basically they're planning to give back. So for them to do that, of course, they understand how it's going to affect their pricing. So to me, I'm not really concerned. I have lumens, and I'm keeping them no matter what happens to the price action after the news. So as you can see, it has formed a very strong, nice consolidation line, just like Ripple. And for the fact that it didn't get sold down when BTC was correcting, shows that it is one of those coins that probably you can park your money in, especially if, let's say, BTC is high. You can hide in, or you can at least take profit in Lumen, or you can take profit in Ripple. Okay, you can just choose, or you can take profit in USD Tether, because you can't always use one. Okay, you have to find which ones are negatively correlated. That means, what does that mean? Correlations means that they move together. So you want to find coins that can protect your profits or retain value, especially when Bitcoin drops aggressively. And of course, Stellar Lumens has clearly displayed that. Ripple has clearly displayed that. Okay, and Litecoin, before the spike, also displayed that. All right, so take note. And last but not least, of course, again, I repeat, USD Tether. Next, we have Humanic. Now, Humanic is one of my first few breakout plays that I want to talk about. I have three potential breakout plays. Humanic, Waves. Humanic and Waves are the... Oh, wait, sorry. Humanic and Waves and possibly... Oh man, I forgot about NEM. Sorry. Okay, let me give you NEM first. Yes, okay. So NEM is one of the breakout plays first. Okay. So yes, that's right. I have three breakout plays. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. Okay, so Humanic is my next breakout play. As you can see, this is a rising wedge. It is a one-day candle. So when I look at Humanic, right, it is clearly showing that it wants to go higher, but somehow it's very suppressed. I guess maybe there's the news is keeping it. There's not enough news keeping it moving. So as I said, it's also a banking related kind of crypto, right? Because the whole idea is banking for the unbanked. Now, they are trying to establish themselves in third world countries. So South Africa is probably their main presence. But also they have global footprints. For example, they have offices in London, and also they just recently opened an office in Silicon Valley. They have a very strong marketing team. And I think for the fact that Humanic has done pretty well after the ICO, and the price is very, very supported. That's one thing I also look out for. So if it's anything, if you're planning to look at Humanic, you can consider this breakout play, meaning that you can enter now and then wait for it to happen, or you can decide to take if it doesn't go the way that we want it, you can choose to hold, because I see a lot of long-term potential in Humanic. So stay tuned. Next, we shall go to NEM. Okay, sorry, I haven't talked about NEM for a very long time. Okay, NEM. Okay, NEM also clearly displays a potential breakout. Okay, over here. Okay, there's a potential breakout, not as clean. Okay, let's go to the okay, it's not as clean. Okay, it's not as clean because it came out from the triangle. Okay, I hope you guys can see it's in red. So okay, so it broke out of the triangle. So I would say that it might trend lower before it goes back higher. So I might have to readjust this. It's still a rising wedge, guys. So, but since it broke out from it, then we consider that this is not a potential breakout anymore. It previously was. But if you like to look at NEM, NEM also shows that it has that kind of resilience. So if you notice, NEM, Ripple, and Lumens all have the same kind of price action. So you can pick any of these three, okay, for a potential rise in the next 2 to 3 months. Okay, this is one way that you can lock in some of your BTC profits. But of course, if you're uncomfortable, you can always go to USD Tether. Not an issue as well. Last but not least on my list, very quickly, almost 17 minutes into the video, we are looking at Waves. Now Waves, of course, is a platform that is towards trading. I think we are going to see a potential breakout here as well. So although it went out of the initial wedge or flag that I drew, I have this feeling that it will actually break towards the new high. Okay, so anytime that there's a new high, you're looking at anywhere from 15 to 30% increase. So take a look at Waves and make a decision. I would say if you're looking at an entry point, if I would give you an entry point, I would say that around the 205,000 Satoshi mark would be actually pretty okay, you know. Look towards 15 to 20% returns, but also bear in mind that the drop can be relatively huge. So you want to put probably a stop loss. You want to probably put a stop loss a little bit further, especially for crypto. 182,701. 182,711 Satoshis would be your stop loss. That means you cut at that point. There's no way that because the drop will be actually pretty huge. So it's 50-50, okay? So you have 15% downside, but also you have a potential 15 to 20% upside. So it's 50-50. It's not very, very clear, but this is what I see. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel, of course, naturally, you know, at the end of the day, the cryptoverse is full of risk. Come in with eyes wide open. Always be well informed about what you're investing in, especially if a coin has been around for quite some time. Take some time off your day to go and read up about that coin. Try to understand how is the community growing. At the same time, see how the developers are making an effort towards reaching those milestones, especially listed in their roadmap. Don't let any new ICOs BS you. And at the end of the day, like I said, have fun and build a stable portfolio, and you're going to see that returns in the next probably 3 to 4 years. Whether it's going to have a correction along the way, it has to happen, but build your portfolio with stable cryptos, and I'm sure that in the long run, you're going to benefit greatly and change your financial standing. So thanks so much for watching, guys.